Sandra had always believed in love, the kind that endures storms, that gives selflessly, that chooses the same person every day, even when it's hard. She carried that belief like a sacred vow. So when Victor walked into her life, all confident charm and warm laughter, she thought she had finally found the person her heart had been waiting for. In the beginning, it was magic. He said all the right things, did all the sweet things. He kissed her like he meant forever, held her like he was anchoring himself in her warmth. His smile could melt the worst days, and his presence felt like a safe place in a world that often felt too harsh. Her friends were skeptical from the start. Sandra, something about him feels off. He's not going to love you the way you love him. Be careful. But love makes you deaf to wisdom. She defended him fiercely. You don't know him like I do. He's just misunderstood. She believed she could love him into being better. She thought that patience, sacrifice, and loyalty would be enough to hold him together. But love, she would painfully learn, cannot heal a man who doesn't think he's broken. At first, it was small things, a missed call, a forgotten promise. Then it grew. Cancelled plans, unexplained absences, cold stares. He forgot her birthday. Not just once. Twice. No message. No flowers. No voice. Just silence. She spent that day wearing the dress he once told her he loved. She waited by the window, clutching her phone, willing it to ring. Her heart leapt every time it buzzed, only to fall flat again. By nightfall, she blew out her birthday candles alone, whispering her own wish into the darkness. And still she forgave him. He forgot their anniversary next. She had made dinner reservations at the place they first met. She wore the perfume he liked, her heart fluttering with hope that maybe, just maybe, he'd remember this one. But he never showed. Instead, she sat on the kitchen floor, eating leftovers in a dress that suddenly felt too tight and makeup smudged with tears. Soon, their conversations were laced with bitterness. His voice, once sweet, turned sharp. You're too emotional. You're always making things a big deal. You're so needy. Just give me space. She stopped expressing how she felt, afraid of being called dramatic. She stopped asking questions, afraid of the answers. She started apologizing for things that weren't her fault. She became a shadow of herself, quiet, cautious, constantly walking on eggshells. The girl who used to laugh freely now bit her lips to silence her sobs. At night, she cried herself to sleep, muffling her sadness into pillows while he turned his back, or worse, never came home at all. Then came the betrayals, the kind that shattered her trust in love itself. She saw him with other women, once at a dimly lit bar, his hand resting on another girl's thigh, once in a parking lot, sharing a laugh that used to belong to her, once outside a hotel, his arms wrapped around someone else like Sandra never existed. She stood frozen, breath caught in her throat, heart pounding like war drums in her chest. He never denied it. He just shrugged. It's not what you think. But it was. It always was. And yet she stayed. Why? Because she loved him. Because she still believed in the man he used to be. Because somewhere deep inside, hope whispered, maybe he'll change. Her breaking point came on a rainy Sunday. She had planned a quiet day at home, cooked his favorite meal, lit candles, wore that soft blue sweater he always complimented. But he never came. No message. No apology. Just silence. She sat at the table, untouched food growing cold, staring at the empty seat across from her like it was mocking her. And then she broke. She cried loud, messy sobs that shook her whole body. She cried for the girl who kept forgiving, for the love she gave without limits, for the years she lost waiting for someone to love her back. And then came Jake. He wasn't loud or flashy. He didn't try to impress her with grand gestures. He simply showed up. He remembered the little things. How she liked her coffee, how her voice changed when she was tired, how she twisted her ring when she was anxious. With Jake, she didn't have to explain her silence. He understood. He listened. He made space for her pain, and stayed through it. For the first time in years, she felt seen. Not just noticed. Seen. She laughed again. She danced in the kitchen again. She began to remember who she was before the heartbreak. Victor noticed. He saw the spark in her eyes that had long vanished. He saw her smile without him. He saw her walk past him on the street, hand in hand with Jake, glowing with a kind of peace he never gave her. And it shook him. He called. He texted. He showed up. One evening, as the sun dipped below the skyline, painting the cafe where they once shared memories in soft gold, Victor found her. "Sandra, please don't do this. I made mistakes. But I miss you. I need you." She looked at him, really looked at him. And for the first time, she didn't feel the ache of missing him. She didn't feel anger, or sadness, or longing. She just felt done. "You didn't just forget birthdays, Victor," she said, voice steady. "You forgot me. You forgot what it meant to love. And I forgot how to love myself, because I was too busy loving you." He reached out, desperation in his eyes. But her fingers were already intertwined with Jake's. She turned and walked away, no dramatic goodbye, no tears. Victor stood alone, watching her disappear into the evening light. And for the first time, he truly felt what she had felt for so long: empty, regretful, and alone. Moral: love should never cost you your self-worth. No matter how deeply you care, you cannot heal someone who refuses to change. Know when to fight, and when to walk away. Sometimes, letting go is the bravest kind of love. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep bringing you more inspiring, powerful, and life-changing stories you'll love. Thank you for watching.